guys, Crew Blind Wave. I'm Eric.
Aaron.
And we're back with Arrow.
Yes.
Last time on Arrow was the premiere, and
it's good.
It was Aaron.
It's good.
Right?
What?
Not Felicity. Aaron. That's not
Aaron Technologies.
Aaron Technologies.
That's what this should be called.
Yes, it should be. The big thing was we had a flash forward to Leanne Yu. Roy and William are on the island, and I have no idea what's happening there. But that was some craziness right there.
And there's another vigilante Arrow man.
Yeah, while Oliver's in
like
prison, being naked and badass, there's now another new Green Arrow.
That naked and badass.
Huh?
Naked and badass.
Yeah. They're not mutually exclusive.
Let's see what the poll was.
Yeah, the poll. Talking about who is the new Green Arrow.
Who do you think is the new Green Arrow?
Yeah.
We had Roy Harper.
Yep.
At 49%.
49%? Holy shit.
We had Other at 22%.
Okay.
William Clayton at 18%. Malcolm Merlin at 7%. And the Human Target at 2%. So most people would say Roy Harper.
Not many people are going for the Human Target, huh?
Mm-mm.
Hey, I just threw it out there. You threw out Malcolm Merlin. So wait, Malcolm Merlin's dead. They don't think it's... Okay.
I think it's him more than I think it's...
Right.
All right, Cameron says, I think it's Roy just the way he did that flip off the car. It looked like what Flip Roy does.
Yeah, could be.
Sam says he flipped. It's Roy.
Yeah. I didn't notice the flip initially, so that's probably, yeah, I probably would have been there with him if I
remember whenever he shot the wing with the arrow and then it did a flip and pulled him?
Yeah, I did.
Peter says, probably time-displaced William taught by Roy. Backup is at least Roy after William's death. Maybe trying to prevent the massive crime surge that could lead to death this time.
I don't know if they're going to do time travel.
I don't know either.
I mean, that makes sense. I just don't know if they would do it. And it's weird I could say it makes sense.
The Air Nation says they think it's someone new. I just don't think the writers will keep going back to the same old reveal of who is that vigilante? Well, it's Roy. But who is it? It's Roy.
Yeah, okay.
Elizabeth says, I thought it was Roy until they showed the list.
Yeah, why would Roy have a list?
What's he got a list for?
How many times have he checked it? He's Santa.
He's not Santa.
He's Santa. He's checking it twice, and he's gonna find out who failed this city.
Twice. Darth Scorn says, Clone Roy is my guess. Probably the same one in the flash forward. Nobody else does that many unnecessary flips. That's a Roy Harper exclusive move.
Arsenal.
So, talking about the clone idea that we talked about before as well.
Could be.
It's probably Roy, but I hope it's future William.
Yeah. Those seems to be the two big contenders.
A lot of Roy.
A lot of Roy.
Adam says, I think all the evidence is pointing to Roy as a misdirect, and it's someone else completely. However, I really do hope it's Roy, because he's always been one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
And Alex says, I think it's Curtis.
Okay.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Ooh!
What?
Ooh!
What?
Nick says, Earth 2 Adrian Chase, clearly. The musical association doesn't lie.
Wait, no, it's because Earth 2 is completely different.
Push-ups.
Yeah. Dang it, he's fully clothed again.
How do you do that, Eric?
Not when you're asking for the Green Arrow. That was how we should take now afraid of you. Because my friends never afraid of me.
There is somebody else who might be able to help.
If you say the new Green Arrow, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
You did say whatever she needed.
There's only one Green Arrow and he's in prison.
Okay, enough squabbling and murderboarding.
Yes.
That type of stuff.
Alright. I'm interested in this.
Yeah.
Never look back.
Why are you here?
He never answered. Did he?
Excuse me, ma'am. Who the hell are you?
Jeez!
Oh, dang, what? Who's this guy?
So much for not making a mess.
Who's this guy?
He's got a shield.
Why? He's stabbing with that point of the shield?
Yes.
Number 326.
Where the hell is she?
Wow. Jeez.
Jesus. What's happening?
That never gets old.
She has a silence belt?
Did you get it?
What?
The same tech that Diaz used to breach my safe house in Hope Springs. That is not a coincidence, Curtis.
Yeah, they gotta be a longbow
Can you
hunters.
tell what type of weapons they used in my house?
They didn't have any longbows, Eric.
Or darts.
They hunt them, people with longbows.
Oh no.
Specific. They're the best lead. We've had on him in months. You know it. John, I need to do something.
She's a little horse, isn't she?
Sorry. Argus has
Huh?
protocol.
Horse?
We will keep you
She's trying not to cry. She's emotional, Eric. Being hunted by a man trying to kill her. Ah!
Her voice is hoarse.
Because she's trying not to cry.
But the SUPD is going to keep you safe, whether you want us to or not.
This is fun.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Suit yourself.
I want to see them fight something.
You might as well make yourself useful while you're here and go get me a coffee. 2 sugars, no cream.
Fine.
Damn it.
If you say anything to anybody, the deal is off.
Want Oliver to be top dog. Just beat everybody down.
Yeah, no.
He said he would do it his way.
Tell
Yeah, he's
me,
not doing his way.
you are not hacking Argus?
Cheers and use it to track them back to Diaz. No big.
Very big.
And then what?
You know what? I'm coming to back you up.
Who's gonna back you up?
You might know a guy.
Renee?
Time in a week, and you're already sneaking out of Argus behind Papa Dig's back.
Papa Dig.
So proud.
Thanks, man.
Grab your balls, Curtis. We're going in.
Not balls and cheese here.
Grab your balls.
I'm more worried about the holiness when you start the Overwatch comments.
Never bring a team's funeral gunfight.
That's risky.
Oh, frack, I think I just triggered a system self-destruct.
What?
Guys, we gotta go get Apollo. We're not alone.
What?
Stay behind me.
Argus. Yeah.
God damn it.
John's up.
Papa Dig is pissed.
But in my defense, we wouldn't have had to do any of this if you just included me in the first place.
We wanted it as much as you did, Dig.
Renee, before you say another word, realize that Argus is quite aware. Your little stunt just blew our best possible lead.
Should have stayed somewhere else.
Shouldn't have done that.
Together would be happy to handle you.
Whoa!
He made a bow and arrow out of pencils, a condom, and a bottle.
That was a condom.
Stubbornness must be hereditary.
Some guy spent over $1 billion trying to develop affordable magnetic levitation. I don't give up so easily.
You got money?
Affordable magnetic.
Don't
What do you
live good
say?
for yourself.
Magnetic
Consider
levitation.
everything that's happened.
Why?
I know exactly what this is.
What?
Come on.
I want to call him Kid.
Come on, kid.
What is it?
You know?
Why am I more interested in the future?
Where is she?
Hey, where's
Black
the DA?
Siren.
She said she needed some air.
You blocked my computer? What the hell, John?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
So I'm going to stop Diaz, whatever it takes, even if I have to do it alone.
I mean, he's going after the longbow hunters. And you messed it
Yeah,
up.
but he's still not going after Diaz, though.
But isn't... What do you do? What does he do? What's the green arrow way? Ah! No, he's not gonna do that.
Check time. You're up from Project 7.
You gotta do this the Argus way. Deal?
Deal.
Good. Okay.
Do you think she does, or does she go off on her own?
No.
Why does she know the longbow
What is
hunters
she
better?
doing?
She's looking for Laura?
Hey,
Yeah, there she is. Ooh.
what are you doing here? John, we got 2 bogeys, both in the baggage car in front of you. Oh my god, John, he's right above you.
There's one that's on top.
Ah, the shield
The
man.
shield dude.
Oh, jeez.
He is strong.
Oh, jeez. Shoot him.
Sheesh!
No.
You were gonna be Green Arrow. You can't take down this guy. Come on.
Silence. Silence. Oh, no. No audio. She's not at the train.
That's fucking crazy, man. I love this.
It negates their. And she doesn't even know. Fuck. They're right on the other side of the wall. Throw it through the wall. Laurel!
Oh, both of them. Is it gonna be too much to overpower it? Look at him! It's working!
Uh-oh.
Bye.
You missed me, John?
Fuck, a flamethrower!
Hey, he had his hands up! Where'd he get that? Jesus! It's our Earth's guardian! Oh!
Yes.
Can't let them get a hold of that weapon either. What is they doing?
I can't. He'll get away.
Damn it! She said Argus way!
Thank you, Curtis.
Jesus! Fuck. It's like buried like a foot.
To your chest.
That is not deep. Green arrow stuff. What's it say? What's it say? What's it say?
Don't. Say train him? What?
What the hell?
Star City.
They're going back?
What?
What did it say? Train the boy.
Oh no.
Like Wiki Face?
Take him home.
And I can only imagine how you must have felt after Vinny's death.
Please don't.
Listen, I don't expect you to forgive me. But I have to tell you that I am truly sorry about Carmen.
Yes. Lance changed her.
Yeah. Redemption.
This guy seems like a real nightmare.
What did you just say? It's Janet and all, right?
Yeah, make him punch him and stuff.
Oh, fuck.
You stabbed me.
What?
Wow. Wow.
Jeez, I didn't expect that.
You made a deal with my husband.
Yep, FBI.
He's
Watson?
in prison because of it.
Okay.
Told you. That's right.
You alright?
Yeah. I'm very interested in the future stuff.
Me too.
Very, very interested in the prison stuff.
Yeah.
Prison stuff feels like Arrow Prison Break. You know,
It
like,
does kinda,
It reminds
yeah.
me of them walking around, like making their deals,
Yeah.
talking and having conversations in prison. Like,
Michael Scofield's like, need to like, I need to do all this, but I can't. I have a moral line I don't want to cross.
yeah. I would love if Leonard Snart showed up in his jail. Wouldn't that be
It
great?
would be fantastic. I still think so.
I'm curious on what's going on with the whole William on the island digging up a bow and arrow.
William said he had a boyfriend, but he couldn't get him to commit or something. So I guess William's gay. Well, which is, it's interesting.
Yeah, his he said it's my ex-boyfriend
Yeah.
would understand why I couldn't commit.
Yeah.
So,
But he's rich in this because he spent billions on a magnetic levitation, affordable magnetic levitation device.
so I don't know where he got his money from.
So he seems to have money. He seems to be educated, like scientific,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. Does it seem like he just hasn't heard from Felicity and Oliver, like at all?
Yeah. It seems like they sent him to the boarding school and left him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about him.
Okay.
I don't know if they could die.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know if it's implied that they're alive or whatever, but I mean, I'm going to assume Felicity, when she gave him that thing, it had that in there, and it's something that she can always reprogram, like a GPS thing,
Maybe.
So was the GPS to Roy, or was it to that box?
Oh, it's in the box.
The GPS is to that box. And there's a note in there. Okay. All right. They must know that only Roy would have been able to find that note, I guess, because that's like, this is the compartment we keep notes. Always check them when you find a new bow. I don't know.
It's like, why is Roy there? He still didn't explain why he was there.
Well, he got really, not upset, but really stone-faced when he mentioned Thea. Like, oh, you went off with Thea. And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. Like something went wrong. I don't know.
It's an interesting way of having Roy back, too, where it's like, sure, they went off and did something,
Yeah.
but now we're seeing a future thing of, like,
Yeah.
Here he is. He's here in the episode, but he's not here in the current episode.
There's a part of me that wants to stay on Lian Yu for the flash forwards, but if they're going to Star City, I guess, well, but we'll see.
It'd be interesting seeing future Star City.
I know that, what was it, Zari in Legends of Tomorrow, she comes from a future where Argus has taken over the United States. Remember that? It was like a dystopian America and Argus was in charge.
From what?
From Legends of Tomorrow, Zari.
Yeah.
The air totem carrier.
Yeah.
Like...
It was a future, where it was against, like, superheroes, right? Like, powered people.
It was against... Well, there was no... They outlawed religion. Remember, because she was a Muslim character. That was part of it. And then, there was some kind of, like, meta thing, too. I can't remember. But, I with Argus taking such a big part of this season, I just kind of keep that in the back of my head. Like, doesn't Argus, like, go bad or something? Take over America? So, Oliver said that there's people in here that must still believe I'm a hero or something like that in the beginning. That's why we got out in only 2 days.
York said that.
York said that. Okay.
He was like, you spent 2 days. Apparently there's still people in here that think you're a hero.
Have we met like a warden or anybody yet? I wonder.
Just York and then like random guards that we've seen walking around.
Yeah.
And Brick and Tiger and Rhodes or whatever. Stardust.
Samson. Yeah. Okay. What do you think of the Longbow Hunters?
They don't use any longbows.
Yeah, no bows. I mean, the one
Only
chick has
one of
kind
them
of like
shoots
a projectile.
anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they have like these? Are they all technology?
It seems to be all technology.
Like the one has that silent step thing.
Yeah, the shield dude just seems super strong.
Is the shield like a technology thing?
I would
Is it like
say
an artifact?
So. I mean, when he hit that one dude, that one guy went flying.
Yeah.
He wasn't he just using one hand when Diggle was using two?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, Diggle's a big man, you know.
They all have like an item and they do things. Like that one has like that wrist shot thing, shooting just poison darts. And
I really like the silence effect that's going on. That's great for like a stealth character that no one can hear what's going on. I really like that. I mean, it's weird. It's like a big S on her belt, but still, it's
for
cool.
Silence.
Yeah, I don't know any of their names. I don't really know much about the Longbow Hunters from the comics. I know a little, but I don't know if it's like a direct adaptation or whatever. But.
So are we gonna have Diaz the big bad this season or what?
Maybe.
Like we only got half a season of him being like a big bad, and it was like I feel like we didn't build on him enough or anything, and like having him again this season, I don't know.
Will he be?
Curious.
I think he'll be a big bad, but will he be the only one? Will it be a?
Will they do a half thing?
Yeah, up to the half.
Like they did with Linus. What's his name?
Yeah. What was his name?
I always call him Ben Linus.
Yeah, Benjamin Linus.
Or Finch.
I can't remember what his name was. James. Caden James.
Caden James, yeah.
Yep, Caden James. That's what it was. Felicity this episode. I missed the hair.
The hair.
The pink hair.
It switched back.
I mean, I get where she's coming from. There was a part of me that thought she was being like a little extra harsh to Papa John.
Dig.
Yep. Than she should have been. Like, she kind of has that. She kind of has like almost a victim mentality sometimes, where everything is like being trespassed against her, you know. But I don't know. I liked the better last episode.
When she was a victim.
Yeah, like a real one. Yeah, when she was actually being a victim. I mean, I get why she's doing what she's doing. It's just that, you know, Oliver, she was on to John about like how Oliver's like, you know, the only thing he asked you to do was to, you know, take on being the Green Arrow, and you're not doing it. And in my head, I'm thinking like, the only thing he asked you to do is make sure keep William safe. But you sent him off to boarding school, and now you're doing what I'm pretty sure he would not want you to do.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like using that and ignoring it, you know. But I get it. I mean, she doesn't like feeling helpless. Nobody does, you know, and she does have skills to help. I mean, there's definitely a reason that she was the Overwatch for Argus on this mission, because John realizes she's the best at doing what she does, you know. But what was she gonna expect if she's like, no, John, go for him, and he has to take on Diaz and 2 longbow hunters? That would have killed him.
It wasn't even that she was like, go for him. It was that he will escape.
Yeah.
But it's like,
what would he have done?
You're gonna risk John or what? So yeah, exactly.
I didn't love that.
I get you there. But I get that, like, she has a blind spot for Diaz.
Sure.
Where, like, that's her main focus, regardless of other things.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping her going to the FBI, she can help the FBI.
Yeah.
And their goal, their mission will be to capture Diaz.
Yeah. I mean, last season, Watson never impressed me on anything to do with, that wasn't to do with Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, she cared about that, and then I thought, oh, okay, well, now she's going to be going, and then how many months has it been? Nothing. We don't really know what they've been doing. Just that it's been completely ineffective. But I mean, I want to see what happens when Felicity joins the fight.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm interested. I'm interested with, like, we're 2 episodes in. We have another episode where we're going to be going in with the FBI and Watson, and it doesn't seem like oh, well, Oliver's out of jail, his team's back together.
No, the status quo has changed.
Things that happened last season have affected everything. Things are going on now.
We've officially gone longer than Flashpoint.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to end next episode because we're going with the FBI. Diaz is still out there.
Yeah.
Now there's these new longbow guys, so he has friends. Stuff with Laurel and Quentin, you know? Like, there's things that look like this stuff has happened. It has directly changed what's going on with our team.
Everything's changed, and it might not ever be the same. I almost want to keep Oliver in jail as long as possible to get that goatee go out as long as possible.
You're going down here?
Yeah, I want it to go long so that whenever he gets out, he can shave this and have a proper goatee like the Green Arrow.
No.
That'd be awesome. No. Okay. What else?
Laurel, though, I liked Laurel and Dinah this episode.
Yeah, me too.
Them together was really cool.
Using the simultaneous canary cry against the silent lady.
The battle there was really cool. I love the idea of it just being quiet and like she's right on the other side of the wall, can't hear anything.
It gives you like a helplessness kind of thing.
Cool. I hate that they blew her into a wall and then like they stopped screaming and she just was gone.
Yeah. So with the Longbow Hunters, what Diaz was like, okay, I'm transporting this one thing that's really small by train, which you could just put that like in a lunchbox, put it in a car and drive.
He wasn't transporting it.
Huh?
He wasn't there to transport the thing.
Weren't they?
No, they were trying to steal a weapon for that thing and he used it.
So they just had that in there and then they were going for another weapon. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's like a battery pack. It's like ammo for a weapon.
So he brought 2 Longbow Hunters to get that and then left one back at the crib being like, hey, just in case anyone shows up, fucking beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured...
And no one else.
They may have figured that it was going to be like, if anyone comes, we need to be more aggressive. Having a stealth person in a straight line won't be as handy as having a stealth person back in a big open warehouse.
Yeah. Okay. There's a new character. I'm sorry.
I was say, but at least they got the weapon, the ammo part back. I'm assuming they didn't steal the weapon anymore.
Yeah. I think they stopped them. It's just they didn't capture.
They didn't capture Diaz.
And
but
that's the great sin.
At least now they have, at the very least, they have the battery thing back, so they won't be able to use it for any weapons.
Okay. We did get a new character seated in here, Deputy Director Bell, and that didn't really come back to him at all. So I'm wondering if they're kind of like seating that, and that's going to be something, whether he's a traitor, whether he's someone that Dick has to answer to, I guess. But they kind of threw him in there, and then never really came back with anything there.
They have him there instead of like Lila.
Yeah.
Because she's director, right?
She's director. But he said it's not about getting Diaz, it's about getting the weapon. But I wonder if he'll be somebody that's going to recur a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been that, or it could have been just a seed like...
True.
Diggle, you got to follow the rules, make sure you get that. And he saw the weapon thing, so he's like, got to get that.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I got. I wonder how they jumped on the train. I'm assuming it was kind of like Captain America-ish, where they had they did it.
The zip line thing?
Timed it perfectly, but they kind of just skipped over it.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, there's a train. On the train.
Yeah.
So, okay. You got anything else?
No, not really. I'm interested to see if, we kind of talked about it all.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Let's jump over to Twitter. Guys, remember, for every episode of Arrow, if you have questions after watching it live and you want us to talk about those questions, you can go to Twitter, @BlindWaveProd is our profile, and tweet to us, #ArrowQNA. That's letters Q, letter N, letter A. Ask a question, and we will talk about it.
Isaac says, what do you guys think of the new opening? Assuming it means the Arrow, like...
Kind of like in prison thing.
It shows like prison, and then it has like that like jail cell kind of sound.
I liked it. I mean, since the very beginning, we've always just changed the actual arrowhead, you know? But this time they changed the background, which was interesting. I actually really liked it.
Speaking says, do you think Felicity's being too crazy? Also, what do you think of Oliver stabbing himself to get rid of that guy?
I loved that he found that solution. It worked almost a little too perfectly for me, but I liked it.
Too perfectly?
Like, it was like, you know, there was no doubt. Oh yeah, he stabbed you, and we're getting you the hell out of here. It was, you know, well, you would have like a review. People would look at the security footage, they'd be, what really happened? But it seemed like, nope, got him. You know?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, we could assume they go through that kind of stuff, but at that point, they're like, get this guy away from him.
Yeah.
Because from what we saw, it looked like he stabbed him.
Sure.
But there may be more of that too. But it was a good. I didn't expect Oliver to be like, well, I will sacrifice myself.
Yeah.
To do this, but that's usually what he does. Is he's willing to sacrifice himself to do the greater good of whatever it is. So I thought it was good. As far as Felicity being too crazy, yeah, in a sense, but I think that the story has kind of gone that way because of Diaz and what she's lost and everything. Like, she's like desperate.
She's desperate, and sometimes desperate can be like a negative word or something, like a flaw in a character, and you know, or at least people can think that. I don't think that she's desperate like desperate bad. She's desperate good. It's just that there's a couple parts in there where I'm like, she seems almost selfish, even though if there's a time to be selfish, it's now. But like the way she was kind of like talking to Diggle and stuff, I didn't appreciate. So I would put the craziness on that side, I think.
What's desperate good?
Like, you know, like when you're real desperate for like Monster energy drink because you're so tired.
It's still just desperate.
It's good though.
Desperate good, desperate bad. It's good when I get it.
Yeah, desperation doesn't have to be a negative all the time.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a negative or positive. It's just something someone's feeling about a situation. And with her having her desperation of like her family and her loss and everything, she has blinders on when it comes to Diaz. So the story's just led her into this scenario where like that's how her character is feeling and acting now. And it's a lot of her motivations. Whereas in the past, we haven't had that as her motivations. She's had, last episode, you know, she had what she wanted. You know, she had, you know, Oliver and William and a
last
family
season,
and stuff. And it's just, now she's lost all that. What does she do?
Sure.
And she wants it back.
Yep.
And Diggle says she can't have it back.
You might be right.
He kind of has a point that once you get Diaz, it doesn't mean Oliver comes back. But sometimes it doesn't matter. I want her to stay on the desperate side of wanting to catch it and not go into a vengeful state. You know what I mean? Where now it's all about revenge and getting Diaz and maybe doing something to Diaz worse than just capturing him. SJ says, what do you guys think about Arrow and Supergirl time jumping 5 months but not the Flash? How does the crossover make sense when Flash is 5 months behind Arrow and Supergirl?
So we went 5 months with Oliver in prison. Was it 5 months?
I think it was 6 months, wasn't it? It was 5 or 6 months, yeah.
It's been 5 months. Supergirl, Flash. Did Flash not have a break? I mean, I guess it's because like Nora's right here, you know, like, and they just went right into it. Yeah. True. Yeah. Flash. I mean, I guess maybe like week to week, you know, we're seeing Flash, you know, over a longer period of time.
Well, the other thing they could have too is like if Flash takes a small break, maybe come back in the future.
Sure.
I don't know. CW always has weird breaks and stuff that they do, so I never know.
I get what they mean though, like because you know there was like it went right into it the next episode. So.
Joseph says, I'm really liking the prison storyline with Oliver. Do you think we will get a storyline about the Longbow Hunters' origins?
I would like to understand them a bit more. Why are they called Longbow Hunters if they have no longbows? But yeah, just general more background, which I'm sure we will get. Yeah.
I hope so. I'd like to know at least, like, what is their power base? Like, why does that guy seem strong? Is it because of the shield? Is it because of him?
He's just big.
You know, I don't know. I mean, yeah, but a big guy just, that guy flew through a metal door, you know, like.
Yeah.
That seems like a little extra big.
Kingpin doesn't have any powers. He does it.
I guess.
He's crazy in that first level of Spider-Man.
Martina sent pictures for me that said that Emily had reddish hair over the summer.
Oh. Interesting.
Yay for reddish hair. Thank you, Martina.
I think she looks better as a blonde.
Better with all hair. Dr. Winchester, though, says, what do you think happened to Thea? Is she dead?
She's Ra's al Ghul.
Is she still with Roy?
She is an immortal... I don't know.
I think her and Roy are still gone.
Huh?
Her and Roy are still gone somewhere.
And this is a clone?
I don't know. Could be. Do you think they'll go that way?
I don't know. Cloning seems strange for the tone that Arrow has set, but I don't know. And that's why this one is like marooned himself, because he doesn't belong.
Robert says, I don't get Felicity. Not only did she know what was at stake on the train, but if Curtis wasn't there to decouple the car, then John would have been stranded with 3 assassins and a crime boss. Well, 2 assassins and a crime boss, right? Who do you side with, Felicity or Dig?
Dig.
Yeah, and that's...
Papa Dig, I'm sorry.
That's narrated too, yeah. I corrected you earlier, you're like, Papa John. I'm like, Dig. You're like, yeah. But no, Papa John's at the pizza place. But no, the point of that too is supposed to be an Argus mission. Like I said before, like she has those blinders on and she's not thinking clearly. So I'm glad that she's stepping away from Argus to find someone who's after the things that she needs to be after. Then Curtis can just help Argus and do that stuff because Curtis is plenty capable, I think, of helping Argus with hacky stuff.
Hacky sack.
Andrew says, who do you find yourself siding more with, Renee or Dinah? I think they both have valid points, but I side with Renee. Also, are you loving these flash forwards as much as me? I'm loving the flash forwards.
I absolutely love the flash forwards. Renee and Dinah, what's the disagreement?
I think it's more about like the
vigilante stuff,
Green Arrow and that kind of stuff. And
well, I mean, Dinah is on. She's out there doing stuff. Renee technically isn't doing much. So, I mean, at the very least, Renee's getting like, he's wanting to do things, but he's not. Whereas Dinah is out there proactively doing things. So I'm gonna side with her for now.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is until we know who he is. I don't think we can trust him.
Yeah.
Toast Knight, Diggle better keep that Longbow Hunter's shield after they take him down. Every Spartan needs a shield.
Yeah, that would be pretty great. It would be very close to Guardian, though. But there's no current Guardian going on over there, so...
Spooky Squid says, do you think that Stanley could be Diaz's mole in the prison? He's small and unassuming. Also, he was the one that told Oliver that Brick called the hit from Diaz. I don't think Brick knew anything about it, but just saw an opportunity to get rid of a guard.
It's possible.
This new little guy, little Weasley guy.
He also went to, like, he's got a family really quick. Like, you could squeeze that, Yeah, that could be a thing. I would just love to get to the point where Oliver's running the prison.
Running it?
Yeah.
All right. Waverly here. We discussed a little bit of this part, where more on Diggle or Felicity's side. Said that while I get that Diggle wants to protect his family, it seems a bit rich to tell Felicity to move on when she lost her family, especially when there's a target on William and hers back, as long as Diaz is out there. But I love Felicity teaming up with Watson and holding her to a deal.
Sure.
Because she's right. Oliver's in prison now. It's time for the FBI to do their damn job.
Yeah.
Because they haven't done anything.
Yeah.
So I love the Felicity with the FBI, because then hopefully she can push them and help them with things that maybe they don't have someone helping with, like you have Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch can find all kinds of stuff out.
I mean, she did help Argus. She just refused to do the right thing by saving Diggle at the end.
The issue I'm worried about is the FBI has laws and stuff they gotta follow. Like, will Felicity follow those laws with the FBI?
Yeah.
Magnus, they're called Longbow Hunters, yet they don't use any bows or even long weapons. Get your branding on point.
Yeah. I agree with that.
See, Juoff. Did you guys notice Felicity sounded like she had a cold? Eric said about that too. I thought it came from, I felt like during her, scenes where she was, trying to feel emotional.
Yeah.
It felt like it was a mix of, an anger and not trying to cry is what I kept trying to relate it to. Where
I mean, she's
her
done.
voice was
she's done that in the past. That kind of thing. But here it just sounded more like a sickness. Which if you're sick for a week or 4 days or whatever when you're doing your scenes on Arrow, you're just gonna sound like that for an episode. So I don't know. I'm gonna say she was just sick or a little hoarse, but it kind of works with the character and her desperation, you know?
Yeah.
I can't do this, Oliver. She does that sometimes.
Nimi says, do you think Diggle using that shield against Diaz was foreshadowing of him getting a shield for the future?
The trash can lid?
He should have one since he is Spartan.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would like to see him use a shield.
It's like when they did Captain America.
Yeah.
And like he was holding that trash can lid and stuff.
Yeah.
And
That'd be cool. Get him a hollow shield, like our boy Coulson.
Dib says, you know, for a show called Arrow, and an episode with the Longbow Hunters, there wasn't a single arrow shot this episode.
There's little tiny, those like little dart arrows.
Yeah, they're like a dart.
Yeah.
An arrow.
That's kind of like an arrow.
No. He shot a pencil.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was arrow.
I love that he had that just, like he had 3 of those just, he got all the lights.
Yeah, it was awesome. No appearance of the new Green Arrow this episode.
No, not at all.
I was thinking that he might show up like during their fight with the Silence. Like they couldn't, do anything, and then he shows up, and then I was like, oh, what's gonna happen next? But nope.
I think Dinah saves him.
Yeah.
Or he saves Dinah, and Dinah's like,
yeah.
All right. And then the only other thing I see is Matthew says, what episode do you think Oliver will be free?
I want it to last for a while, like at least 6 to 8 episodes.
Okay.
I would say around there.
The whole season.
The whole season?
Let me in there the whole season. Let the repercussion go. He's stuck in there for a year.
He's got to get out at some point.
He's in there for a year. Like, I don't know how long he's supposed to be in there.
You can't have a Green Arrow season without him wearing the Green Arrow outfit.
You can too. Why not?
No, that's too much.
No, it'd be like having Iron Man.
Honestly, I felt 6 to 8 episodes was ridiculous.
Really?
Kind of. Yeah.
Give him the whole season. Let him get out at the end of the season.
Yeah.
They said his name straight or something.
I'm gonna say less than 10 episodes.
I'll give it at a mid-season break then. Like where's that at? Like 11, 12, somewhere in there? Like right around there.
Before Christmas.
Whenever they do that, he gets out right before Christmas. They get a whole Christmas like, oh, I love you, I missed you, and we're together again.
They're gonna
Where's William? I don't know.
Well, they're gonna do it. Eventually, they're gonna do a crossover this season, and I think that's right before Christmas. So
the Flash just gets him out, puts him back before they know he's gone.
I guess. All right, yeah. I'm gonna say like at least 6, probably no more than 8 or 10 or something.
The new Green Arrow is another Oliver Queen from somewhere else, and they swap them.
It wouldn't be too bad. All right, poll for this week, Aaron. Okay, so poll for this week, guys. We're gonna be talking about the Longbow Hunters. Which of the 3 is your favorite so far? Unfortunately, I don't know any of their names.
Yeah.
So in the poll,
Shield Man.
There'll be Shield Man.
There'll be Pew Pew Girl.
Pew Pew Girl.
and
Silent Lady. Silent Lady. I'm gonna go with Silent Lady. I like the effect that causes.
Yeah,
Silent
I like
Lady.
her too. I kind of like the costume that Pew Pew had.
Pew Pew.
It's kind of Black Widowy. You know what I mean?
But Shield Man was like the most proactive of all of them.
Yeah.
Like, very, very into the fights.
But he's too aggressive.
Okay.
He just snuck in and stabbed the guy with his shield.
But very effective there.
Pew Pew.
Okay. Silence Lady is mine. We want to hear what you guys think over at patreon.com/blindwave. Find the poll.
Find it.
For season 7, episode 2 of Arrow. And then you guys can do that. You find it there? Tickle! Guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of Arrow with us. If you want to watch another episode of Arrow with us, wait a week, because this is a live show.
Yeah. But you can find the poll. I found it. It's over here. Go to patreon.com/blindwave. Check it out there. Yeah. And this full link over there, too.
Yeah.
And subscribe for all the CW stuff.
Yeah.